Man, it's been a long time. Feels like. I mean, it's been a week-ish. Week and a half-ish?
Yep.
Yeah.
Since we did this
Something like
last.
that.
It's The Perspective. I'm McCall.
I'm Hima.
And I'm producer Butters.
And we're talking about parents and hiding things from our parents because, growing up, it was always something that you kind of did. Like, I'd get in trouble for random-ish.
I'm just glad I didn't tell my parents I'm on.
You're what?
I'm glad I haven't told my parents about The Perspective yet.
Oh, nice. Yeah, okay. That's, yeah, okay. But, maybe you tell them a little bit later and maybe you don't. Who knows?
Who knows?
I guess what we're trying to ask is, like, what do you hide from your parents? Like for instance, when they come to your house, like, do you, like, destroy any evidence of, like, I don't know, maybe you drink alcohol and you've never told them that you've drank alcohol or something.
Right. For me, I don't really have anything that I hide from my parents. I mean, my dad, I'll talk to him and I'll tell him stuff, and sometimes he's like, all right. And then he forgets. So this is what it is.
Well, my parents still think I'm an active member or still go to church.
Mm-hmm.
And I do not.
Okay.
I have not gone for like over a year.
Uh-huh.
And I've kind of started looking into like tarot cards and all these stuff that when I grew up, my mom was like, "You never touch that. That's the devil's."
Right.
Well, now I'm studying that. And so if my parents ever come up, I definitely have to hide all my tarot cards and crystals.
Yeah. See, and I'm similar in that sense, but I talk to my mom pretty much most days. So, I mean, I talk to her about all of that, and I talk to her about whatever. So the other day I had a candle lit with some stuff in my candle. It's like a witchy thing.
Mm-hmm.
And my candle shattered, and I was like, that's weird. I don't know what that means. So I was on the phone with my mom when it happened. I was like, she's like, what was that? And I was like, oh, it's a candle. I'm doing witchy things. I don't know what that means. I'll have to call you back.
That's interesting. What does that mean? Now you have me interested.
It could mean that the like spell offering thing worked, or it could mean that it didn't. So
okay.
Good luck.
That's very.
It was very specific.
Direct.
I was like, I don't know which direction that one goes.
Oh, interesting.
So anyway, it was. But like I said, I was on the phone with my mom about it. There's some things that I'll hide from my mom, but there are things that I would hide from anybody if they came to my house.
That's true. Me
So
too.
other than that, I'm good.
Oh.
Yeah. How about you?
It's
Producer
inappropriate
Butters?
things, Producer Butters. You look very confused. It's for party time, okay? What about you, Producer
I
Butters?
don't know anything. Well, okay, so interesting scenario, I guess, because my parents live with me. I really
Hide
can't
everything.
hide anything, so it's all out there in the open.
Right.
Here you go.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Well, growing up, was there something? Like, was there anything for you? Because for me, I mean, I feel like there was a lot of things that I hid, and it was mostly like communications wise, and I got my phone taken away from me all the time because communications wise, it shouldn't have been, like, looking back, it should have been like, oh, hey, let's prosecute some of these people talking to my daughter, but instead it wasn't. So I just don't know. Did people hide things from their parents growing up? What was it?
Oh, well, yeah, growing up all the time. Actually, no. I was a pretty stand-up kid.
Yeah, all the time. Just kidding.
I was in ROTC.
I can't think of anything that I have hidden. I guess maybe treats or something. If I bought them, I just put them in my room or something.
See, I had stuff from my siblings, like snacks and stuff, big time, all the time.
Well, I was the youngest, so by the time I was able to buy things, all my siblings had moved out.
See, and I was the oldest, so they were a bunch of moochers.
Yeah.
Like, get out.
I was the oldest, but also not. I only had one sibling, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I don't know if I ever hid anything from my parents growing up.
Money.
Money?
No, I didn't hide money from my parents.
I didn't ever have any of that.
I know.
Neither did my parents, so.
That's why I worked.
Well, I wanted to work. My parents didn't let me work. They were like, no, you're going to study and you're going to be the only child that goes to college, and all this pressure was put on me. But that's cool.
Wow. Yeah.
Sounds like you need to go talk to your
Mine was
therapist
like,
about
well,
that.
If you want
I'm being
things,
honest.
go work. I'm like, okay.
See, and I always wanted things, and it was like I started looking for jobs when I was like, I don't remember, in the newspaper when I was like 11 or 12, because I wanted to go work and I wanted to go do stuff. And I'd find jobs and I'd be like, look, Mom. And she's like, you can't work there until you're like 16. There's child labor laws in place. I'm going to go to jail. You can't do that. And I was like, freak. Well, I just want to make money. Like I want to have some money. So once I turned 16, that's when I officially started like getting jobs and stuff. Because then I could drive.
Nice.
Mm.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
Worked
don't
on
know.
a farm.
You love cows now.
I hate cows.
So much. He loves cows.
That and pipe. I hate pipe.
Mm. Interesting.
Sure.
And mowing lawns.
I grew
Sure.
up
Mowing
on a
lawns,
farm.
yeah, I can get with. Pipe, I'd question. So when it comes to your like adventures outside of like your I don't know, extracurriculars or whatever, did you guys have like curfews and stuff growing up, or was it kind of just like free for all?
It was free for all. My
Free for
parents
all.
didn't really believe in curfews as long
Really?
as I came home to sleep.
Okay. That's cool. My parents were like midnight, and if you're like a minute over midnight, you're grounded. And I always like to test the rules because anytime anybody tells me that I can't do something, I'm like, really? Let's see. And so I would test the rules a lot, and I would get grounded a lot.
Mm.
So
Mine would just call me at some point and be like, "Are you gonna come home tonight?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
nice.
Don't you think you gotta start?
No.
Probably. Okay.
See,
I'll come home.
I talked to like Dustin, and his mom was the same kind of way. She was just like, whatever, you show up whenever you want to show up. But Dustin's like a good kid, so he'd come home at midnight or whatever because he's like, I got to go to school in the morning. Good for you, man.
Isn't it interesting on how that
So
works?
interesting.
Same. I would go
the less
home
restrictive,
early.
the more you are.
I
better you
know.
are, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I would come home because I had drill practice at 7:15 in the morning,
That'd do it.
Monday through Friday.
That would do it. Yeah, I think weeknights it was 9 or 10, and then on the weekends it was midnight.
Honestly, I don't think I went out during the week. I would always wait till Friday or Saturday to go out.
I
Same.
didn't really go out, but like my friends and stuff, we'd get together and they'd play like Call of Duty or something. So we'd all go hang out over there and go to McDonald's and get 30-piece chicken nuggets and hope for the best and just play Call of Duty and drink Mountain Dew.
That required driving long distances for me, so
That's
we never
fair.
did that.
That's fair.
That is
I lived
fair.
in Tremonton, so it was like 5 minutes.
Mm.
So that was about all we could do out there, though. Play Call of Duty and eat chicken nuggets. There's lots of other things we could have done, but, we chose to stay away from that.
Oh, good.
Ah.
Oh, good.
Got slightly dangerous.
That
So-
that would be slightly dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, Z's. Anything else you guys want to add to the topic today?
No, but are you what? Is there anything that you've noticed lately or in the past where you've started becoming your parents?
Yes. I've started becoming my mom
Okay.
because, okay, so it kind of stopped now that I'm living on my own, but when I had roommates,
Mm-hmm.
the house had to be clean because I don't know. And it would just make me so mad that one particular roommate wouldn't help.
Mm-hmm.
But she would tell the whole world she was the only one that would clean anyways. So
I know
started
people like that.
I started becoming my mom because I would just be like, must be nice you get to go out while I'm over here washing the dishes. And then it just got like, when I realized I was doing that, I was like, screw it. And I stopped cleaning the house. And that's when she started complaining, like, why don't you ever clean the house? I'm like, it's not my turn.
That's funny. See, for me, I mean, I guess there's some things that I start noticing about my parents and my mom. I mean, I think my mom's a really awesome person. I've spent a lot of time in therapy recently, just trying to understand my own patterns so that I can, break generational-ish and move forward. So I don't know. There's some things that I've noticed. I mean, networking wise, I do a great job with networking. While I was in Chicago, obviously that was brought to the forefront of my attention was how much of a networker I am and a social butterfly I am. And that I get that from my mom. So I guess I notice it in that aspect of things. I've also started to notice that I'm really good at like putting on a front. Because I remember my mom would be super upset and then she'd like answer the phone and be like, hello, this is Shelby. Like just like nothing happened. So I've figured out how to do that. And I don't know if that's a great thing, but I've figured out how to do it. But outside of that, I think that's it.
I think for the most part, I think our generations have learned to do that a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's the healthiest thing.
No, it's not, because you should be feeling your feelings and you should be feeling your emotions and stuff. But I think a lot of us think that we're being a burden on other people. And so it comes back down to these like people pleasing tendencies of like, I don't want other people to feel uncomfortable because I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I guess I get it. Producer Butters, are you becoming your parents?
I'd probably say I'm probably more like my dad than my mom.
Okay. What are you noticing?
Just mannerisms and things I do.
Yeah.
Stubbornness.
What? You? No.
What?
I don't think so.
Never.
Although I didn't get the pack rat part from my dad,
Okay.
like he did. Like he likes to keep things, and I don't. I'd rather like throw it all away.
Okay. Just never touch it again.
Yeah.
'Kay.
Like get rid of it all.
I think that's good
Goodbye.
enough. See, I think that I spend a lot of time assessing my own self. And so becoming my parents, it's not that they're bad people or anything like that. I just want to make sure that I'm trying to become my own human, you know, and acknowledging that and then moving forward. So I don't know. Is there, qualities of your parents that you want to develop or that you'd like to lean into moving forward?
No.
Okay. That was very distinct.
I mean, I think my parents are great. But I think
Absolutely
I
not.
just want to be like my own person, I
Yeah.
guess. Like my dad's a hard worker, and I guess that's one thing I want to get from him, but also I don't want to be as hard of a worker, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, you're picking and choosing. That's literally what we're like.
Yeah.
You're able to do whatever it is that you want to do. And so, just positive qualities, I feel like we could bring from those situations. Like for me, I want to continue to do more networking type stuff like my mom does. I think that would be really awesome.
I would like to cook like my mom.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. My cooking's pretty good, but
There you go.
it's not my mom's.
I'd like to cook like Irma.
There you go.
Thanks.
Thanks. What a compliment. Sweet. Okay. Any final thoughts today?
Parents are great. They're trying.
Yeah, we obviously leaned into parents are great in this last part of the session.
Just because I don't want to become them doesn't mean I don't
No,
like them.
no,
course
I wasn't
not.
saying that at all. We just didn't really. There wasn't very much like spec on the name that was being put. So I was like, all right. No final thoughts from him. No final thoughts from me.
I
Be
do know
good,
this.
love one another.
Be good and love one another. Amen.
I did get my dad's hangriness.
Nice.
Hangry. That's
Yeah.
all my dad.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. All right.
I know that.
Well, this has been the perspective.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.